is on their way somewhere. They don't have time to stop.
Yeah.
This is 100%.
This is a transient city. People are moving.
It's my one gripe about Los Angeles. Zero community. Nobody gets together and has
Do you know your neighbors?
I actually do.
Only because of
my
kids.
Neighborhood.
If you didn't have kids, when you didn't have kids, did you know neighbors?
Correct, sir.
No,
you are correct.
Without children, you don't know neighbors.
Were you raised by fucking werewolves? Yeah, I know my neighbors when I was single. I know my neighbors now.
Yeah.
Get real.
What the fuck?
Well, do you know them well?
I mean, well enough as neighbors.
What's your neighbor's first and last name?
It's a large Indian family.
The name is Large Indian Family? That's how you refer to these people?
That is offensive.
That is so rude. In this climate, it's a large Indian. Hello, Large Indian family.
I know his name's Dan, all right, bro?
His name is Dan is such a lie. What a lie.
That's a made-up name, bro. You made that name up.
Dan?
It's Dan the Indian.
Dan the Indian,
bro.
Shout out to Dan the Indian. They're moving out next week now.
Oh, and the guy next to me is literally 100 years old.
Yeah, but,
but LA, it's just not the same. That's all it is. I love Los Angeles. It's just those are the little things. So yeah, I go home.
Although I walked my kids to school today, and the crossing guard knows every kid's name. He's an older guy. He's like, "Hey, Finn. Hey, Terrence. Hey, it's the greatest thing in the world."
So what do you want? I talk about this a lot. In my mind, when I get out of comedy and stuff, when I'm done with all this, or when they just kick me out, I either want to do like something like that. Like crossing guard guy, or like golf course marshal. You know, it just drives around.
That's
in the
kind
car.
of cool. Like, move along, guys. Speed it up.
I want to be that guy. That guy or the crossing guard. I want a simple, fun, like just chill job.
Outside, you feel?
I actually have an answer for that.
Outside with shade.
What about
the crossing guard
What about
guy,
a beekeeper?
No.
I want to be. Can I be honest with you?
Work.
I want to be. I want to teach.
You want to be the boom mic guy on a porno set?
Theater, direct plays, in a prep school. And probably in the Northeast, where I can have a German Shepherd, wear tweed jackets, and smoke a pipe.
This is so specific.
I know. I want to be a gentleman.
Mine was real broad. Yeah. You know exactly the address that you're going to live at.
Yeah, I want to be a gentleman.
Well, I feel like yours is pretty straight on too, though.
I just want those. I don't know where it is, but I want something like that. I don't know where in the United States or the world it is.
Yeah.
Hey, if it was up to me, I just got back from Italy for 3 weeks.
Ooh.
If I could do it, I would move to Italy, live on the island of Capri, and just rent scooters. There was an old man renting us scooters. Yeah,
motorized or
regular?
Wow. Dude, you can do all this.
Yeah. But I want to be the old guy that does that.
You're not setting your goals that high.
You know how fast do you want to go? That's what he said. How fast do you want to go? I said as fast as it goes. He goes, this one we take off the thing. You go right up the mountain. I rented the fastest scooter. I shit you not. Yeah. At one moment, I was actually scared for my life.
What were you doing there?
Living my life. See, this is the problem with LA. What are you doing there? Who books Italy? I was just going to live.
You were on vacation?
I was just living. Yeah. Remember that word?
Well, you were in fucking Tahoe. You were on Italy. Yeah,
but I'm just trying to get out of my head.
Andrew, he's a young man.
Yeah.
Wait, how old are you?
35.
Okay.
Same age.
I know.
Yeah.
Brendan though has.
Yeah, but I'm 68 in lifetime.
Brendan he's got that pro athlete. Now, of course,
I hate this pro athlete.
No, but
rubbing that in. That's
stupid pro athletes are after they retire.
What gets him going is business, like being an entrepreneur,
awesome.
comedy,
positive,
and work is work. He'll never take it off from working out. Work is what drives him.
Positive,
and it's true that he could use a little.
You get out for you time. You need some you time.
I need some me time.
Yeah.
You take a little vacation, you go to Capri, you eat some great seafood.
That sounds nice.
Stare at some women in bikinis.
I want to live on a working olive orchard. I want to work.
An olive.
Again, you guys can do all this. It's very easy to settle
now,
this.
You say that. You asked me why I went to Italy. I just did that. That blew your mind. I got on an airplane and took a vacation.
It did.
Yeah.
So what can you do?
Well, I don't want to do that.
Yes, you do. Yeah, you do. You want me to show you some photos? Bring up Capri on there. Show them the island of Capri. They say Capri.
My gripe with him is he never hangs out anymore.
Yeah, why?
I'm with my family, man. I work so much. I love my house. I just want to be home.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's actually really.
I don't want to grab meals and.
That's where I was. Woo! Look at that.
That looks ridiculous.
God, that's me eating lunch. Look, zoom in. That's me eating lunch.
Zoom in right there. Zoom in on the red spot.
There it is. Red spot. I see you, dude.
I'm serious. Look at that. You see that little orange canopy?
Yep.
Just you and the wifey went.
Yeah. Just chilling.
How long?
Incredible.
Almost 3 weeks.
Wow.
You see that water?
Yeah.
It's blue.
Swam in it. You can see all the way to the bottom. Dude, you can see all the way to the bottom. Like I'm not kidding. About 100 yards out.
I know.
You put on. Nice. I rented a I rented a snorkel.
Snorkel.
Best thing I've ever done in my life. Here I am.
The coffee's small there, though, yeah?
Small.
Yeah, but you just drink them all day.
Take a small espresso.
You drink all day.
I grew up in that water, you know. Lived in Greece for 3 years as a boy, swimming in that water. Italy, my uncle lived in Rome. That makes my heart hurts a little bit right now.
Doesn't that make you feel like, look, what am I doing with my life?
And the Italians, correct me if I'm wrong.
Move out
The Italians know how to live.
Oh, my God. They don't eat dinner. Well, if you eat dinner at 8 out there, they think something's wrong with you.
Yeah.
So what time do they eat?
10:30. Yeah.
Oh, at night.
Oh, yeah.
They take naps.
They hang out. Yeah. We were like going, we met a guy that has a restaurant. He said, what time you want to come by? Because we were chatting, he was he was intrigued. He was like, "Tell me what you do here. Because how did you find this nook, Ortigia, this little part of Sicily that we found?" He says, "Oh, tell me when you want to come by." I said, "I'll come dinner 8:30, maybe 9. We got something to do." He goes, 9 o'clock. Oh my god, I gotta start prepping now. I was like, what time do you want me to come? He goes, I don't know, 11:30. Come, hang for with me. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. We go around there like 11:30. It's just getting. People are like. In their 70s are like, yeah, we'll show up now.
Do they have to get up in the morning, though?
Yep.
Yeah, but they
take naps. They take a siesta.
They hang out. They take a nap.
Just hang.
Their work days are like, go to work.
And they live
home.
to be 121 years old.
Yeah, they're the oldest people in the world. Their life is come and go. They don't go to computers and freak out all day.
Work.
Nah,
they get it.
They get it. They just they figured it out somehow.
When I'm 70, I'd
be bored as fuck.
I need 20 years.
You wouldn't.
If you did that every day of your life, you'd be pretty bored.
Let me tell you something. You wake up in the morning, you take a little dipsy-do right under that boat.
That sounds
right.
Nice.
A little dipsy-do.
Yeah.
You wake, then you go
Grab
back to the house.
An octopus, beat it against the rocks. Yeah, for 2
Rip
hours.
its legs
Rip
right
its
off.
face off.
That's your workout.
That's your workout and your lunch. Look at that. Yeah. Boom, boom.
Jump in the Ferrari.
Yep.
Jump in the RAR.
Jump in the RAR. Jump in the RAR.
You get to work for about an hour.
What's that?
That's it.
That's typing.
Oh, what's he typing on, an old typewriter?
Yeah, an old typewriter. They don't use computers over there in Italy.
No, they don't have any of that shit.
He'll write poetry sometimes.
He's like the Pablo Neruda of...
Yeah.
Okay, good.
He either does poems or work orders. It's either one or the other.
And they call him the big man. The big man. He was a fire, before.
He was a fire in a rowdy.
No, he's just a poetry.
And then he says to his assistant, send. And she sends it out. And then he goes,
done.
I got to go. And he just goes.
He has a boyfriend.
And then he gets on his scooter with no regulator. Top of the mountain. Gets up there, has a little glass of wine.
I'm sold, man.
Yeah. You get up to the top and have a glass of wine and then a coffee. I went to Bar Vitelli from The Godfather.
Yes, I know exactly what that is.
One of the coolest experiences I've ever been in my life. Bar Vitelli is a bar that they use in The Godfather, a real town outside of it's in Sicily. It's north of
Bourdain featured it on his.
Yeah. But this whole town, go to Bar Vitelli. Yeah,
is that right there?
No, Vitelli.
Definitely not the one in Louisville.
Vitelli or something like that. Just do Bar Vitelli Godfather.
Oh, cutie. Let me give you a little.
There it is. There it is.
Ah,
look at that. Okay, that's show the outside. There's got to be a better shot of like the whole. That's it. I went there. I sat on that patio and had a Peroni.
How great is that?
And a little cappuccino.
It was nice.
Dude, it was just these people.
Basic,
these people like loved wanting to know where you're from. They were fascinated that you went up here. Dude, most people that go to Italy don't go to Sicily. Most people that go to Sicily don't go to these little towns.
Because they don't get a lot of tourists there. It's all locals and stuff.
It's just
that's where you want to be.
It's hard to get there. You have to rent a car. You got to go all the way up in the mountain. The roads are about the size of your shoe, you know, which is like 15 and a half thick. You know what I mean?
Kid.
I can feel it from here. I can feel it. When he wears tight jeans, I bet his ding dong is like, come on.
He beats everybody up.
I know.
Ding dong.
His ding dong. You go there.
So great.
They're so happy. They want to know where you're from. They want to know what you do.
Were you driving the scooter and your wife was on the back?
We rented a little Fiat. For this, we rented a Fiat.
Oh, like a little...
Yeah.
Fiat's
drop top. Yeet. Had the drop top.
Yeah. Drop top.
It got stuck twice. You just push it back.
Then where are you staying when you're in Italy?
Little tiny spots all over Italy. Like little tiny...
You're not staying like Four Seasons. You're like really...
Well, we did a few nice hotels in big town. If you go to Rome, get a nice hotel.
Yeah.
If you're going to a little tiny spot, stay at a little boutique hotel. The boutiques are sometimes more expensive.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
Yep. Yeah.
You went to Italy.
Drop some cash.
Whenever somebody says like they're trying to you cutting corners on vacation, you're a schmuck.
You don't want to pinch
My
corners
father would
on
be like,
vacation or a tattoo artist.
You're a schmuck. What are you, a schmuck?
Tattoo artist.
Yeah.
Very true.
I like when people call around looking for a deal at tattoo
very
artists. I'm like,
Yeah.
God damn it.
That's a
I got this piece for $9. I see it.
Very good.
I can tell.
That's what
Yeah.
you
I see $9 whole on your
pay
arm.
for what you get.
And you're right. A vacation should be you know.
And I know this is rude to say for people that don't have a lot of money.
But you're rich.
Okay, if you can't go, don't go.
Yeah.
Save some money. Save it.
Look at pictures online.
Yeah. Look at that right there.
Look, there you go.
Look
at my Instagram. Go to my Instagram.
Go to my Instagram. Then you can enjoy the fun I had because you're poor and you can't go.
That's giving. It's very giving.
It's like the Stonehenge when people tell me to go there. I'm like, just Google it.
Google it.
There it is.
Certain
stuff you just need to
look. It's too
look.
expensive, but Instagram is free for you.
Free. I went to Japan for 3 weeks last year.
Now, how was that?
Spared zero expense.
How was that, though?
Best, honestly, one of the best times of my life.
Because I went there and I wasn't that crazy about it.
What place that I don't like?
Yeah,
I don't ever care to go back to France ever again.
See, I love France.
I can flush France right down the toilet.
I love France.
And all the Parisians, to you. Yeah. Everyone that lives in Paris.
You didn't like it.
Get out of here.
Why didn't you like it?
Attitude. Yeah. Everywhere we went.
Yeah.
Do you have an English speaking? Here's how soft my voice. You see how loud I am? My voice when I go into those places. Excuse me, do you have an English speaking menu? Attitude right away.
You know what's weird is my girl's whole family, literally her brother, everyone went there too. They said they'd never go back. Same thing.
Never.
They're
don't need it.
So rude.
It's gotten so bad, and been so bad for a long time that Paris was putting up billboards. I'm sure you can find them. Billboards telling Parisians to be nicer.
Be nice.
To tourists.
Yes.
Now, the reason I get by in Paris is because I speak a little French and I try super hard. And no matter how hard I try, I go like this. I go with my accent. I go, excusez-moi, je cherche pour le métro. And they go, it's just around there. You go there.
Yeah,
they never speak to me in French. They will never speak to me in French. They won't even do me that curse.
Is that what it says? What is that? Merci, Jelly Vili. What does that mean?
Come on, let me see.
Which one is it? This one?
Well, those two down there, what could those mean?
Wait, let's find out what Chin Googled first. What'd you Google, Chin?
Paris billboards.
Be nicer to tourists.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's pretty on the nose.
You see,
I don't think you're going to get any better.
Bottom right, bottom left.
Bottom left. What is that? The ICI. What are those things?
No, that's not it.
That looks like it. Oh, that's be nice to old people moving.
No, that's saying if you want ice this way. I think it's.
Ici, marché.
I took French for 4 years in high school. Please.
It's telling you to go somewhere.
That's saying be nice to old women.
No, it's an ad for something.
For ice.
Anyway, listen, Parisians. Here's how I learned. People that we were trying to watch. We were there during like the Super Bowl, and we were trying to watch the game for fun. I was like, wouldn't that be fun to find a sports bar? We found one. They were all outsiders.
For sure.
They were all non-Parisians. They lived in the French country. Right. They hate Parisians.
I bet.
So the French cannot stand people from Paris and vice versa.
Yeah,
they hate each other. Yeah. And these people were so nice and cool. They loved us. We taught them beer pong because they were like
they need something.
He was like, no, he was like, will you teach? He wanted to know how to play it because we were joking about it. I said, yeah, you got ping pong balls? And they had like little kind of like fake golf ball, whatever.
Works.
So, yeah, we did it at the bar. They had I feel like I blessed them. I feel like, when a traveler like goes to a new land and he gives them something of their culture, I gave them that. I feel like I blessed them a little bit.
It was like us giving the Indians fire.
Or smallpox. Same thing. Yeah, I blessed them.
Yes.
Wiped out their entire culture,
yes.
But yes, I did a little favor.
We didn't give the Native Americans fire.
Yeah, I know, it's a joke. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Oh, hi, welcome. Yeah.
Hey, so jump back. Japan, the most fun.
Really?
Most polite, sweet, giving,
yes, very nice,
wonderful people.
But not
now, are you Godzilla when you walk around there?
They all speak English.
Really?
Oh, well, they all try.
Yeah.
Or use Google Translate. Have you ever seen that?
No.
You bring up the camera on your phone. You can put it up to a document, and it'll read it in Japanese to you.
There's actually there's a device though you can speak into it.
Same Google Translate. Same thing.
Yeah.
It'll do it.
Amazing.
You can
download the dictionary, and I can say, "Hey, how do I get to Shibuya Station?" I don't want to do a racist impression right now, but I really want to. But I do.
No, just kidding.
That's not even good.
Nope.
He's not talking to samurais.
Nope. Yeah. I want someone to isolate that clip and loop it over and over and over again. Slaughter, dude, we hang them upside down, and I've been to slaughterhouses in the Midwest.
Why would you go?
Because in the Midwest, like that's a part of our training.
You're the most interesting man in the world.
That's how you become an adult in the Midwest. You got to go see a slaughter farm as a kid. You got to go check it out. You see how you get your food.
School.
That's school. That's like a part of life. You see how corn gets fucking pulled off the husk. You see how a cow gets killed and a chicken's neck gets broken.
Here we go with the Kobe.
Look at how beautiful that is.
So
Day of Reckoning. Look at that, but they treat it like a god. Look at they put a marching number on it. Look at it, like out of metal before it died.
They take him through the crowd before they cut his face off.
It's like
imagine before they killed you if they cheered. That'd be nice.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, they're like, "Look, you're about to die," and you're like, "Well, thank you."
That's an expensive cow. The meat on that cow is
oh
worth,
my god.
Okay, go back down. Look at that. Look, there's a photo right there. Keep going. Wagyu, look at that. Wagyu American Kobe. Click on that.
How about the fact that
look at how obvious the difference is.
The exact same.
Liar.
They look identical. The Kobe whistleblower.
By the way, why did they write Wagyu and then put Japanese symbols and then write American Kobe? That they didn't need to do that. That was so unnecessary. Look at the difference in the look of the meat.
I know. One is like so meaty.
They're both delicious.
No. The one on the left. When I ate his Wagyu, fork.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't need a
They
knife.
give you a knife, but I think it's a joke.
Yeah.
Just to be like,
So when
a really nice knife, like a hand carved knife, it's never been used.
So when I had the real Kobe beef in Japan,
Yep.
They shaved it paper thin, and you would take it and put it in boiling water and eat it.
Different.
That would ruin it, I feel.
No, what you're talking about is
No, it was
that's
really-
Oh, no, you're at a Korean barbecue.
No, sir.
In Marina
Were you in
Del Rey.
Korea?
This was it.
Did you just try one up in his story
Brian,
with
you
your
were in
Korean
Korea.
barbecue story?
Were you on Sawtell?
Korean.
You were in Sawtell.
Korea, Japan, same.
Listen.
Marina Del Rey, Japan.
What you did was
Korea, Japan.
sometimes considered
No, I was
shabu shabu is what you did.
but I was taken to the apparently.
Isn't that shabu shabu? Isn't that what? Yes, that's shabu shabu.
But I was taking the more
Ask
apparently
them
one of the
for
more
sure,
famous
though, huh?
places.
Well, she laughed, and I thought I'm a fool.
Hey, ask them whatever question you guys have.
First of all, she
Brendan,
laughed.
They're not Japanese.
No, I know, but in general.
Brendan.
Brendan's the one that wrote that down there, by the way. That's just drawing.
And
That's
it's
just a
fake.
drawing.
It's not
Yeah, it's
even
fake. No, that doesn't even say anything.
Large Indian family. Hiya, large Indian family. Dan,
Dan,
general
the large
guy.
Indian man.
Yeah, my Indian friend.
You did shabu shabu. That's what that is.
Hey, he knew me for, this is a true story.
Yeah.
He knew me for a good year and a half.
At least.
2 years. And we're close. We're close.
Yeah.
And we know everything about each other. And he goes, my wife was there and he goes,
We're getting ready to go in his house.
my wife's there. He goes, then this is, I go, it's Amanda. And he goes, yeah. I didn't know.
Hey, bro, which wife's name? You go, are you shitting me? I go, I just, for whatever reason, it's not clicking.
But I get it.
You blanked out, huh?
Yeah,
I get it, though. It's
Did
like,
you apologize profusely?
I slapped her.
You got to hit them.
For,
How else are they going to learn?
how else are they gonna learn?
You got to say your name to me every time I see you again. That's the only way that I'm going to remember your name.
It's the only way it's going to register.
Let's talk about that. I don't know anybody's name, and I feel bad about it all the time. And more people I meet through comedy.
But
more
they
people I
say
don't know.
your brain can only hold around 300 names.
150.
Is it?
I think
Look
so.
at Tom
Google
Cruise.
that, Chin.
Look at Tom Cruise.
The Dunbar number.
Dude, look at certain people.
Tom Cruise remembers everybody's name.
I know.
He goes up to people and he says, "Hi, I'm Tom," and they say, "I'm Brendan." He goes, "Brendan, bold. Brendan is bold. Brendan's a bold man." Remembers it.
I know.
It's a name game.
But he also has like a thing in his ear of people telling him.
He's got Scientology in his head?
Yep.
Nuts.
It's John Travolta.
He does. I've had a little interaction with him.
150. What? So you can only remember
Names
150.
and faces without a prompt.
Yeah, it's 150. It's called the Dunbar number.
Faces for sure. I remember. I don't forget a face. Names
See,
are tough.
I would say
they say to repeat them.
Yeah, but I would
go
say
like, "Hi, I'm Brian." Like,
Brian,
"Oh, hey,
Brian, I'm
Brian. Good
Brian."
to see you, Brian."
Well, you know that
Brian,
memory
how's it
game
going?
where you put a place, you put an association and a place in it. So guys who can remember, there's a book called Moonwalking with Einstein about like he won some memory competition. There's an actual technique where you create sort of a place, like a house, and you put whatever you
In
want
your
learn.
head?
Actually, so whatever you want to
this
learn.
sounds easy.
It's
How big
actually
is the
it
house?
actually is. So you can
Was it a
learn.
7-bedroom
You can
house?
learn. You can learn. These guys who do these memory games can learn. Like literally 1,000 numbers in sequence, and they use their body. So one would go on their pinky. They put it in a place with an association. There's a technique to memory. Technique.
You build a house.
Yes, you build a place. You build
It's like how people remember pi. How do people remember pi? People 3.1468.
3.1478, yeah.
How do they do that?
So though, like 10 years ago and more.
Yeah.
What actually when I first got to LA was
1968. Yeah.
The Comedy Store was such
Charlie Chaplin was killing
chaotic
it.
place.
Yeah.
Like right now, it's a really profitable. Everybody from all over the world comes. Back in the day, like I'm talking about
Dead, yeah.
12 years ago, it was not only dead, but it was just there were secret rooms. Shit went on
Wild
in
West.
that place. Yeah, it was
I
Wild
moved
West.
to LA in 2006, and when I first started trying to go to Mike's there, all I remember is how awful of a place it was.
There you go.
It was disgusting.
And you came out of Boston?
Chicago. I'm from Chicago, but I moved from college. I came from here. I came
Where'd you
right
go
out
to
of
college?
college, Arizona State.
That's a fine institution. What did you study? Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say?
That's Arizona State.
Nah.
Yeah. What did you study? I was there.
Why did I think
I stuck around. I stuck around for 4 years. They let me stay.
Yeah.
My father was like, "Are you having trouble going to class?" I was like, I'm here. What do you want me to?
Yeah.
I'm a redhead in Arizona.
At the time, it was the cheapest out-of-state school in the country. I probably was paying $2,000 a year to go to Arizona State.
What a great deal.
They just needed people. They were
Yeah.
like, "Come on over. We don't even care what you're doing here. We just want to fill numbers." Because they wanted to be Texas. They wanted to be the biggest school in the country.
When did you?
They're the biggest party
When did
school
you start
forever.
doing
Oh, yeah.
stand-up? It's funny because I didn't know. My introduction to you was you were up on stage. You were about to go on stage at the Laugh Factory, and 3 or 4 younger comics goes, "You got to watch this guy. Have you seen Andrew Santino?" And I went, "I swear to God." And I
Yeah.
went, "No." And then I watched.
How long
him.
ago
They
was
were
this
great.
be?
I don't know. Probably literally 3 years.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Right?
2 months.
No, but it was
2 weeks ago,
literally-
he just
I've
found
known
out.
you about
Yeah,
3
brand
years,
new.
but it was.
Yeah.
I was like, "Where'd this fucking guy come from out of nowhere?"
Left field.
Yeah.
Yeah. I stayed away from the store for a long,
You did?
long time.
Why?
That whole scene was not. People that go today, they have no idea what it was like.
Yes.
Also, a lot of the older generation when I first came in was not so pleasant. Now
They were not friendly?
Now, like as a regular there of the people that are working at that club, the young guys that come in, I'm always nice to those guys. It wasn't like that. It used to be like, get the fuck out of here.
shoot you down.
It was just you weren't welcome.
20 years ago is when I first got up on stage and showcased for Mitzi. I bombed.
Oh, yeah.
It was 22 years ago. I did my stuff and no one laughed and I had 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And they were like, and Joe Rogan recommended me.
Oh, he did. It's always nice to get a
Joe was
recommendation.
the regular. And I was so turned off by that place.
Yeah.
It was such an awful experience that I didn't go back until, 11 years later.
Oh, wow.
And even then, it wasn't even as good as it. It didn't start to get good
But
until
then
5 years
when
ago.
did you start doing all this acting? Kind of on a roll.
2010, the first thing I ever did was I got this like little hosting job. And after I did the hosting job, they asked me to do like this online series for MSN. And after that, I just started to try my hand and stuff. And then I did, in 2010, I did Punk'd. When they did Punk'd again, I finished like the very last season that Punk'd had done. I joined up with those guys.
What did you do for Punk?
I was on it.
That's a great show.
I wrote the show and I was on it.
Oh, wow.
I did a lot for those guys. For Ashton and Goldberg, that they were like, they were making other pilots in the meantime. He's like, I think we're going to do Punk'd again. And I had written like 2 other hidden camera shows. Me and Ian Edwards wrote this Comedy Central pilot for them. I had just met Ian. He, with open arms, was like, help me out, learn how to write sketches for Comedy Central. We wrote this pilot that I talked about it on Rogan. I thought it was one of the funniest things I've ever done. And it never went anywhere, but we wrote some amazing sketches, like incredibly funny. Well, I talked about this on Rogan recently, but like we did a sketch called Melon and Mayo, where the star of the show was this black kid, Al Shear. We convinced people in a test group that mayonnaise they were eating that was dyed brown was going to give them melanin in their skin. But we told them after they ate the sandwiches. So those white people are like, I'm going to go black. I'm going to go black. Lost their brain. But we wrote a bunch of amazing sketches.
What?
Yeah, they lost their mind. Dude, they almost tried it. A bunch of people were just threatening to sue.
Trying to throw up?
Oh my God, we wrote a bunch of those sketches and they just, but anyway, that was my intro to that world. And then I did Punk'd, and after Punk'd, I slowly started getting in. I did The Office. I did a few different stars.
You did The Office?
Yeah.
You
I did the second last season of The
Did you
Office,
study acting or?
I did in college. I did journalism and I did a little bit of theater. I was in my creative writing class. This woman came in and was looking for people to like fill in for this play, and she had said she was like, "Oh, I can tell that you have something more than you're like putting on because you're big and you're loud. You're just pretending that you don't know how to do it. You should come try." So the first thing I ever did for this woman was I did the vagina monologues. I was the only guy in the vagina monologues.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah, playing a guy who beats his pregnant wife.
Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, I mean it's so true to life. So it was easy for me. I've been hitting pregnant women for years.
No, I know.
Yeah, that wasn't an issue for me.
I look at you and I
wasn't an
think
issue for
That's
me.
why his right hand is so fat and
I
swollen.
know, man.
It's all red.
These knucks.
These knucks.
Look at some of these photos. Some of those are real terrible. Why is Joe Mandy on there? What an odd.
Who's the guy in the that's Joe
I don't
Mandy in the
know.
cutoff?
What's that?
Who's the guy in the cutoff shirt up top?
That's me. That's
Santino's
Leather
got some-
Daddy.
What are you doing, bro?
That's Leather Daddy.
Santino puts on muscle easily. That's
Yeah.
just Sicilian.
Why did you do that?
Why did I do that? Why wouldn't I do that?
I agree.
The photographer said, I got this weird leather jacket. I said, of course.
Brennan, stop laughing at that.
No, I love it because he goes, why wouldn't I do that? That's a great question.
Look at that. And then Oscar Nunez is above me.
Hold on. Who's the guy with the shirt off? Is that Santino?
Oh.
There you are, buddy.
That's looking good.
May as well be you.
God,
dude, you are a good-looking ginger. Look at that. Look at the top of those pubes.
Thank you. Look at it. You could see the base of his dick right there.
Yeah, that's an awkward picture.
Base jumping,
that's
dog.
His root.
That's his root. That's the roots.
Base jumping, dog.
The roots, baby.
The roots.
Anyway, get all these pictures off of me.
Yeah, please do.
I can't look at any of this
It's uncomfortable.
anymore. Go anywhere else. Go to Yahoo or Google. Give me Yahoo News.
Go to anywhere.
Together, you will literally create sort of not only sort of what you can actually physically see, like almost a fatty sheath, a layer that will go over the neurons. So
why are you holding your hand like this?
Because it's literally like you'll get these pathways. You'll get these pathways in your brain that actually physically form around there it is right there, around a movement, around so if you're tennis players will have a predictable
part of their brain sheath is
the part of the brain that is connected to that movement. And so any kind of practice, piano players, master piano players or whatever, if you do it for long enough, your brain literally will change. The synapses, the neurons will sort of create almost like a pipeline.
Because you've done it so much.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes. And that's why they tell you to take fish oil and things, because the myelin sheath is essentially fat. It's omega-3. It's derivatives of different kinds of fatty acids, I guess. So when you take fatty acids, it actually
I take a shitload of fish oil. I still can't remember most.
I see.
Well, that's because it's not relevant to you.
Not at all. But I think it's also hereditary. I think more people are prone to having a brain that's better. That's better at certain things. I can tell you. I can leave anything anywhere. And I can know where I left it. Anywhere, ever.
Yeah,
if I left a key at your house 2 years ago, I know exactly where I left it. My geographical brain is remarkable. I don't need to use maps most of the time. I just figure it out.
I have the worst.
See, it's funny, because most of my friends are they'll go, how do you know this place? I go, I went here once. Yeah. If I pass that once,
it's
boom.
registered.
Childhood? I don't know.
I feel like that's most people. I only remember certain things about childhood.
No, I got a bunch of people in my life that remember when they were 5.
I know.
But what are they doing now?
It's a good question.
One of them is my driver. That's actually pretty smart. Yeah.
It's a good question.
Your driver.
He's outside right now, and I make him wait. Make him sit and wait. I say, you think about your childhood while I'm inside.
Jeez, that's so mean, Andrew.
You should see what I do.
I didn't know you had a driver. You have a lot of money.
Driver, plural. I have drivers.
Oh
I don't have one driver.
Are you mean to all of them like that?
No, there's one girl that I like.
Jesus.
But the 2 guys piss me off every day.
But they didn't do anything.
They didn't do anything?
I don't know.
Do you know what they're up to?
What?
This coffee order was wrong. My driver, coffee wrong. Threw it in his face. I said, go get me another one.
Did it burn his face?
It's iced coffee.
It's ice, not enough
I don't
ice.
throw hot coffee. I'm not an asshole.
Okay.
But yeah, I threw the iced
I'm not an
coffee,
asshole.
and it knocked out one of his contacts. The ice cube knocked out of his contact.
Yeah.
Oh, he's crying. I'm in the parking lot of Starbucks,
Yeah.
Oh, go get it.
Go get it.
Go get it.
Eye patch.
Save the shit.
Wear an eye patch, fuckface.
Hey, like, don't you feel like when you hang out with, I can't remember last time I did, but when you hang out with someone from college or high school and they can go over like certain days, events, I'm like,
gone.
Dude, how about people
but it's because I haven't thought about that, or I'm
maybe
so
it's
busy
because they're
this
living
way.
in it. They want it
Because
really
they
bad.
love that. Like that was the important time then where you've gone on to do whatever.
When somebody says, remember when we, I get
it's game
nervous
over.
every time.
Me too.
Well, I also
remember
like
when
people
we?
I remember May in
I
06. May in 06 was the first time I was like, you remember the month? I don't have.
Like, dude, do you remember that party we were at? And you were like, and that girl's like, I'm like, no.
And could you tell me the year though that those things happened? Like I don't pay attention to even the year.
I get nervous.
Think you're right. As you're moving,
I get nervous when people bring things up.
When people bring it up, like this. Someone, my booking agent the other day. What month did you play X and Y-Z Club?
Oh, dude.
Oh God, I get in my calendar.
Yeah.
As a joke to myself, I go, I think it was May. Look it up.
I'll throw something
December
out.
6th. You know what I mean? Like
I'll throw
way off.
something out there so I don't sound like a complete
May.
dumbass.
What was it? May? When were we there? May in 08?
Dude, I said they said how long? My wife and I. They said how long have you lived here? And I went 7 months, I think. And my wife went, we've been here for 2 years. Are you serious?
Well,
I was like,
I guess
know.
7 months times a few. Yeah, we've been there a bunch of 7 months.
I was like, no, I know. I'm just saying overall. I got embarrassed.
I've been settled in for 7 months. 2 years we've
They
been
asked me
here.
how old my daughter was. I go 5 days. My wife goes, 12 days.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No,
Yeah, but that's semantics.
that's semantics.
Yeah, kids. That's.
But then certain things, like how you geographically can remember things, certain things I'm like keyed in on.
Yeah.
I'm
certain
so good.
things I remember
I'm so
like
good
this.
with landmarks. I can tell you. If you said name cross streets, I can tell you all the landmarks of that cross street. I'd probably tell you the store that's on the.
Yeah, but they've done
You're like a
studies on
human
this.
map
They've done
quest.
studies.
It's weird,
You remember what you remember. You have way more inhibitive synapses in your brain. So things that remind you of danger. So what you'll do, they think the left
whole
and
city
the right,
is danger to me,
The
then.
left and the right hemisphere, they think is, so the right hemisphere is the hemisphere that goes, basically imagines all that could be wrong and dangerous about a situation, right?
I sit over there
Then
all the
your
time.
left brain goes, hold on, and your left brain will actually control the right brain, say, stop, let me think about this. And the left brain will go through all the scenarios and actually say that's ridiculous. There are no monsters there. There's nothing there, and it'll create an approximation of what reality is. So the left brain kind of
So why
takes
does he
over.
remember streets and maps?
Because I have
So
a lot
the
of
point
trauma
I'm making
every
is
day.
what you remember.
Did
is
you
that-
grow up in trauma?
No. Listen, you remember the things that are bad. You remember the things that are bad, and you avoid them. So it's way easier to remember shit that went wrong or that was dangerous.
Because your body's protecting.
Exactly.
That's why I remember negative
Exactly.
things better than
Exactly.
happy times.
That's why when 1,000 people came to a show and everybody liked you, and then one guy in the front was like,
you're like, fuck.
"I know that guy's face. I know his
Yep.
every count of facial hair on his chin."
And I heard I forget which comic, it's probably on Marin, I listen to Marin all the time, but he was saying it's Greg Fitzsimmons on Rogan. He was
love
saying
Fitzdog.
he's the best. But he was saying how, same thing, like our brains are triggered towards that one guy who's not having a good time. Like there'll be 1,000 faces, but for whatever reason, it zeroes in on that and focuses on that one
Yeah,
guy.
but
It's very weird to see
called
them there, like,
negativity bias.
why come?
Negativity bias, yeah,
Why
yeah.
come? Like, why are you in the front row doing this?
But you know
Sometimes
what?
they just laugh. Sometimes people do that though.
They just
Sometimes
want to be
people-
entertained. Sometimes they just don't laugh.
I don't laugh when I'm really entertained. Sometimes, like
Oh
if I'm
my
watching
God.
something,